going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chucky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Second live today. Yeah, this is a weird intro to a video, but I want to announce. Words are hard. Words are hard. I want to say something, and I want to make an announcement about it because I keep getting messages, and I don't know how to approach it because I keep getting messages about it. In the comments, in the chat, I got private messages about it. St. Joe County lost a prosecutor. Her name was Melissa. And I want to announce this because it's really hard for me to talk about because I don't do this well. I don't know where it stems from. I don't. But it's really hard for me to talk about when someone loses their life. It really is. And I'm gonna guess it comes from I found my mom passed away. So everyone who's messaging me, letting me know everything that's going on, I appreciate you. But it's really hard, okay? I'm not ignoring anybody, I promise. But I don't want to talk about it. So I think that's important to say because I don't want anyone to think that I'm ignoring them. But yeah, I don't like talking about it. St. Joe lost a prosecutor, and can we please keep it at that? Please respect me at that. I understand you guys want to talk about it. I can't. Yeah. I just wanted to. I just don't want people to feel like they're being ignored when they're sending me like news articles and everything that's going on. Like I get it. I know what's going on. I confirmed it. It happened. And can we please keep it at that? All right. That being said, we're gonna watch some court. And yeah. I've got a random collection of clips for tonight. Not anything terribly sad. Some of them are, but not terribly. I do have a couple landlord tenant cases that are weird, but not anything that are gonna, get emotional. So let's watch them court together. Let's watch them court. Let's have some fun. I am so happy you guys are all here. Almost 100 people before I even hit the play button. You guys are awesome. All right. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
With the apartment complex, whereby she agreed to the terms and conditions of the lease. And as part of that lease, she agreed to maintain utilities to the apartment at all times, and further to pay rent each month. Ms. Willis has failed to maintain the utilities to the apartment and has been witnessed extending an electrical extension cord to nearby properties to gather or to use their electricity for her own apartment. That's a clear violation of the lease and a safety hazard in the opinion of the property manager. Furthermore, she was given a notice of lease violation for this and told to correct the issue with the CPS. She has failed to do that, and is my understanding, even as of today, she does not have utilities connected to the apartment. Ms. Willis has further failed to pay rent in the apartment going back since 2021, and she owes approximately $6,417 at this point. She was given a notice to vacate for the utilities and a notice to vacate for the failure to pay rent Neither of these issues has been resolved, and the Housing Authority through Cottage Creek Apartments is asking for possession of the unit, Your Honor.
Counselor, are you asking for back rent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so talk to me about the back rent. What is her monthly rent?
Her current, I'm gonna bring the property manager.
Yes,
Flores, can you tell the court what the monthly rent is for Ms. Willis?
$31.
Can you give me the full amount though?
Is that,
That's her portion.
Yes, but I need the
The
full
full
amount.
amount of rent is,
apologize, Your Honor, I got the papers out of order for her.
Miss Mary Melissa on Zoom, can you mute yourself? I can hear everything you're doing.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I was looking for the paperwork I needed. I apologize.
Not a problem. Just mute yourself, please.
Yes, ma'am.
so 659 plus 31.
It is $690, Your Honor.
That's what the government pays or that's
The-
total?
That's the full amount.
That's the full amount.
Minus the 31 is what the government pays.
So the government pays 659 and she pays 31.
And so what is it? Melissa, can you mute her, please? What is the total amount that you're seeking in back rent? I know you gave me a rough amount, but was that the amount, the 6417?
Uh,
6479 is through May, Your Honor.
2024, but you said it started in 2021, is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, so real quick, Miss Willis, first of all, do you agree that your portion of the rent is $31 a month?
No, when I did sign a lease to pay rent, it was only $26.
Do you have that lease?
No, I have nothing.
So I need, do y'all have the lease where it says 31? Miss Willis, do you have kids?
Yes,
Okay, so Miss Willis, I need you to be very, who are you, sir? Then come up here if you want to speak. Miss Willis, I need you to answer this question very, very clearly. Okay, do you currently have electricity in your apartment?
my kids do not stay with me, they stay with his mother.
So where do you stay?
4866 Castle Arms.
Okay, which is a completely
That's the
different,
back, it's the back place to my mother's.
okay, but not on that property.
On my mother's property.
Okay.
I actually come over to the house every
I've been
night.
having issues with the apartments to where I
Okay,
have.
well, my
certain
first
things-
concern is if there's any kids in there without electricity, because
No,
that's
there's
not gonna
not.
happen.
No,
Yes.
ma'am.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure that they're not there. Just any day with electricity,
Don't
their
stick to the
address.
Okay,
restrictions.
now, I'm
Pardon
gonna
me,
ask
ma'am.
the apartment complex, have you seen kids there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Okay.
They come
Every,
by.
every time.
Miss Willis, I'm gonna make this very, very, very clear to you.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I understand you may be going through financial difficulties or whatever the situation is,
Yes, ma'am.
but if I find out that there are kids in that apartment
Yes, ma'am.
without electricity,
Yes, ma'am.
we are entitled to call CPS.
Yes, ma'am.
Because there is, especially in this heat, there is no reason for a kid to be in an apartment complex without electricity. So you have been formally warned from the court
Yes, ma'am.
that if there is kids citing on that, they will report it to the court and we will report it to CPS. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Um,
So
ma'am,
with that issue being set aside, Miss Willis, turn the phone off. So, Miss Willis. Now, there has been accusations of an extension cord and stealing electricity. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're admitting to that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what's going on, Miss Willis? What is the situation? What do you need help with? Because obviously you can't, you're doing a lot of things that you shouldn't be doing. So what's the issue?
Okay, I've been having issues with the apartment. First off, I feel like I've been discriminated on. I feel like they've been picking on me. I have told them from the time I moved in, how I was getting my kids back and how I needed a bigger apartment to where in 2019, they literally stopped coming to my house, doing the inspections. They stopped like fixing stuff in my house or whatnot or whatever, to where like I have bad anxiety, I have depression and stuff, and like this stuff like literally makes me unfocused, to where I was getting funds from like his mother. My mom pays my cell phone, to where I was putting all my money that I was getting in my lights or whatnot or whatever, to where when they asked me to renew my lease, I had told them that I was not working. They told me I had to be working. And I was like, how is that? Because my previous lease, I didn't have income, but I still signed a lease, and the rent was $0. So I'm not understanding that. Then it's like a whole bunch of stuff that's
So
just like
Ms.
going
Williams,
on.
what is the reason that you haven't paid in over 3 years, 2 years? Hold on.
I have that, like I get very emotional. It's either me getting
Well,
very
emotional or not, you still gotta pay rent.
I
Anxiety
understand,
or not, you still gotta pay rent.
I understand that. And she wasn't even the manager at the time. Like the apartments have been through like 3, 4.
Again,
man-
why hasn't any payment been made in 3 years?
I told them, it might not have been her, but like I said, there's been like 3 different managers over there that I did not work. The last Stephanie, when she was working there, she's the one that told me, like, just come in my office. You're on a program, and to where once again, I didn't know nothing about back rent or nothing like that. I just started getting those letters when she started
So,
working
Miss
there.
Willis, go ahead.
Pardon me, ma'am. When we were stuck in this apartment, I helped my wife move in. We were put inside of an apartment that a lady died in. She stayed in that apartment 45 days, and then they said they quarantined her. This is before you guys had gotten there, ma'am. Like I said,
They
we've
put
been
me in a
there.
rush apartment.
Can
It
I
took 2
finish,
days.
please?
Let him talk.
The smell that was in there from the fecal matter and all of these, the mold that was in that apartment, it was something that I helped move my kids into, and we thought that it was just paint now. Okay, she needed a bigger apartment.
Okay, but why would somebody give her a bigger apartment when she's not even paying for the apartment she's got right now?
Now, the thing about that was, it's not she hadn't paid the rent. Miss B, which was the previous landlord, they were taking from everyone over there. I mean.
Okay, so we're not gonna get into accusations because
Yes,
they're
ma'am.
not here to defend
Yes,
themselves.
yes, ma'am, but
So,
rent was taken. They
Okay.
had files missing. They said
so
they didn't even have.
you're Mr. Williams?
No, I'm Mr.
Booker.
Booker.
Mr. Booker?
Booker,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
So, from the apartment complex's testimony,
Yes, ma'am.
no rent has been paid since 2021.
That's a lie, ma'am.
Then show me some receipts that you've paid after that.
I don't have.
You're here in
You're right.
court
You are right, ma'am. You are.
for an
you are right.
eviction. So come on, guys. I'm trying to help you out as much as I can.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
But
trying to figure out how they
I'm
have.
stating that they're asking for $6,000 in back rent since 2021. So unless you can prove to me that you have paid anything,
Where's the lease? Just say that
you're
I
gonna
paid
show me it
30?
right now, and I'll let you see it.
On top of this, ma'am, how can they say that we owe 6,000 or something, or my wife owed 6,000 or something, and they didn't even have a record of her even staying in that apartment?
How can they not have record if they're suing her and evicting her for that apartment and they're showing me a lease?
Because there were so many different landlords that came
That
through.
still doesn't
They didn't
answer my
have-
question. How do you know that they don't know she's there when they have a lease with her and they're bringing her to court for this unit?
They've come out trying to renew a lease. They didn't have any type of what she was paying or
No, I
anything
had
else,
a-
ma'am. It was
my-
false.
I had a lease for last year.
Okay, you had a lease for last year, though.
Okay, so if she's got a lease for last year, then they knew she was there. That's what I'm saying. Y'all stories are not even adding up.
I'm not trying to
No,
make up
no,
any
this-
stories.
No, I'm just saying, you're stating,
Also-
you're making accusations that they don't know she's there, but you have no proof of that.
I might have stated it wrong, ma'am.
Can I see your lease?
Your Honor, we will stipulate that that lease does say $0 on it. However, the rent has changed several times as she's been recertified on the program.
Okay, so do you have anything updated that's stating she owes $29?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so then I
Well, I
can't.
have the ledger.
But I can't give you anything back rent if you can't prove that she owes back rent.
I understand, Your Honor, and at this time, we will drop that cause of action and just pursue the failure to maintain utilities.
All right, so Miss Willis,
All right, all right. I gotta shake myself out of this mood I'm having right now. Um, you guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. Legal Fiction, 10 memberships. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the generosity, the 10 new memberships. Please enjoy. I will be doing a members only tomorrow. Today's Sunday. Yeah, tomorrow. It's going to be great. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction. And Sparkle Poots, your channel you don't want to discuss simple. We don't discuss dynamo, we do. Sparkle Poots, you're awesome. You're awesome. That, you know what? I started the video off very poorly. I really did. And it wasn't a shot at you guys. It was just people like sending me things, right? And every time someone sends me an article or anything, I read them. And yeah, it's just yeah, it's been a hard day. It's been a hard day. Let's just say that. So, but let's watch some court. Let's watch some court. Yeah, this one isn't fun. I'm sorry. This one's not fun. I should, probably should have. Anyways, let's just finish this clip. Let's go. Sparkle Poots, thank you so much. Legal Fiction, thank you so much. Let's go.
so we're not gonna get you for back rent, okay? Because they can't. I have no proof of $29. Okay, so at this point, they are getting you for lease violations, okay? For obviously for the no electricity, which you've admitted to yourself. Okay, so Miss Willis, how quickly can you move out? What?
How quickly can you move out? Right now.
I have nothing.
Okay, I got right now, and I got you have nothing. So which one is it?
I have nothing. I would have to ask people to let me stay there or whatnot or whatever. I already feel bad that my kids are staying with my mother-in-law because once again, I have gotten them back and that she's been waiting for like 2 years for my kids to move in with me. So I'm like really feeling.
No, wait. Not you, Miss Willis. You wait. Okay, Miss Willis, real quick. If I evict you, you've got 5 days to move out. And you will walk out with an eviction on your record, which will make it harder for you to find somewhere else to go. I understand your situation. I can't change it. I'm sorry, I can't. And I cannot allow you to continue to stay there without anything being paid because it's not fair to them either. So I am asking you, how quickly can you move out to avoid an eviction on your record and for you to leave freely? Because if not, if I have to proceed forward, you've got 5 days with an eviction.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Is there a way that
I
we can
don't know. I guess
negotiate
the
something
5
so I can
freaking
get the
days.
lights
I
on?
don't.
I can get the lights on, man, because I can't have my wife or my kids sitting out anywhere. And this is off of.
Okay.
It's off
That's
of
gonna
me
be up
having-
to the apartment complex,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? And now you're asking how quickly can you turn on the lights?
How quick do I need to get them on?
Today,
I can try to go make something happen.
I mean,
like
it's not,
daytime.
she needs light. I mean,
She has to have a lease that's valid so that we can get the lights. turned back on.
okay, so council, is that an option?
Your Honor, the lights have been out since at least August of last year in this apartment.
No,
Um, We've contacted and we've even talked to Mr. Booker on several occasions to get the lights turned back on. And for the court's review, these are pictures. So, it appears that there are children staying in. This is a very dangerous situation, Your Honor.
Yes, I'm
And
seeing that very
it causes not only a potential heat stroke, passing out in the apartment because it's so hot, but it also causes a huge fire issue to the other tenants. Not to mention, I can't imagine what their CPS bill is supporting another apartment. So there's a lot of factors here, Your Honor. The main concern is safety, though. And so at this time, we're we're ready to move forward. We've really tried to work with this family and try to get the lights cut back on in August of 2023. And we're always told we'll get it done, we'll get it done. And then obviously nothing has gotten done. And so at this time, Your Honor, we're just ready to move forward.
So, yes, Mr. Booker.
Pardon me, now, is there a way that we could show you all of the conditions that we were moved in, the black mold, the reason
Mr.
why we
Booker,
weren't at the
and I'm
apartment?
not ignoring you, and I promise I'm listening to you,
Yes, ma'am.
right? But in an eviction case, excuse me?
No, she
My-
was telling me to just forget it because, I mean,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So in an eviction case,
yes, ma'am.
that does not justify not paying rent, no matter what the condition is.
The
Now,
black mold?
let me finish. I'm explaining to you the answer to your question. Let me finish. Now, I'm not stating you don't have recourse and that you don't have a case. It's just not in an eviction case. If you want to go out to the front, you can file whatever case you want against whoever you want. And as soon as it comes across my desk, I will entertain it and give you all the time in the world to prove your case. But in an eviction case, that does not justify you not paying rent. And I have to go by the Texas Property Code. I didn't write it. I may not agree all the time with it, but I took an oath to uphold that property code. And in the property code, it does not state that you do not have to pay rent if something isn't fixed. There's procedures that need to be done. It needs to be put in writing, not over text, not over phone calls. There's a whole list of things that you need to do to justify not paying your rent. And that's not something that I need to go into in an eviction case. That is a completely separate case. Now, when you bring that case across my desk, I will go through every detail with you at that time. But at this time, it's an eviction case. And my only question is, did you pay rent? Did you not? Now we're in a whole nother world where we've got people stealing electricity that she's admitted to. I have stop, I'm talking. I have electrical cords coming out from different apartment complexes, and I have kids that are presumed to be staying there with bicycles.
Okay.
Okay, let me finish. Now, that is very dangerous to any kid.
Yes, ma'am.
And if again, I find out that there's kids there, I will call CPS because that is not right at all. And at this point, the apartment complex does not want to work with you at all, because not only that, are you putting herself, everybody else in danger with these electrical cords going everywhere? That's illegal.
I mean, now, that's a lot. That is my neighbor, this is my neighbor, so it's not
Right.
electrical cords going, but I mean, I'm
So
not.
how
gonna
is
sit
she
up here
getting electricity in the apartment?
Or
No,
talk
you
to
can
about
go- you
anything.
can
like-
go
Just
to
wait.
Mr. Booker?
Yes, ma'am.
So right now, she hasn't had electricity since August, is that correct?
No, ma'am, it has not
Okay,
been.
so how has she been living there?
She stays during the daytime.
And
We
she
go to
don't,
my mo- we
she
go to
don't
my
cook,
mother's.
she don't do nothing
We go to
without
my
no
mother's.
fridge,
We
no
go to
nothing.
My mother's, I pay for food and I make sure that my family has what they need.
Okay,
The lights was the only thing. My neighbor had COVID. And
okay,
there's
well, as
a
long
lot-
as
and
she's,
there's
I
a
mean,
lot- Yeah, it's a lot of issues going on there that they're not sitting up talking about.
Can I say something?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am.
Referring to the stuff out there. Once again, I have grandkids and kids. And from the time I moved into those apartments, I told them that my kids was going to be there. And since I was working my way to getting them back, how they were gonna be staying the weekends, the summer, any.
and that's not a problem, ma'am. There's never a
so
problem with you
there's
having
the-
kids
So they
being there.
have
The
stuff
problem
that-
is there's no electricity.
Understood. So their stuff is
Ma'am,
still
ma'am,
there
but
because
that
those are my
says-
grandkids. Like, I'm not
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
bring
My
your
apologies.
stuff and then take it back to your house like
Everything
they,
has been
I'm
piled
a
up and
grandmother.
efficient.
One at a time, please. You're talking over each other.
Yes, sir. My apologies.
Okay.
Everything
All right.
has been piled up.
Okay, just
and
stop
efficient.
already. That's it.
Can you
Stop.
close it out, please?
All right, Ms. Williams. So, again, unfortunately, we've already established that there's no electricity.
Yes.
Okay. So again, my same question is how quickly can you move out?
I guess the 5 days, but I can't do the appeal.
Yeah, you can appeal it. I mean, that's your right. I mean,
Thank
that's
you.
definitely your right. All right. So counsel, are you asking for any attorney fees?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so it's possession only?
Correct.
Judgment for possession only. Ms. Willis, you've got 5 days to move out, 5 days to work out something with them or appeal it, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right, thank you, Ms. Willis. Yes, there you go.
Go ahead.
And council, just make sure that you check up on those kids. If there is any kids there, you need to report it to the court or something.
We're well aware of the situation that's going on there.
Thank you, council.
We abide by we are under the same duty as the court to report to CPS
Gotcha.
on those situations.
All right, thank you, council.
All right. Sorry for the emotional start to this video. I do apologize for that. You guys are all awesome. Thank you for watching. That first one was kind of weird. I've got another Judge Garcia clip coming up, but I do want to quickly say, MB, you are awesome, MB. Thank you so much for the PayPal. I appreciate it. I don't know what else to say. MB, just thank you so much for the PayPal. Hopefully you're still here. I was waiting for the middle of the clip to speak, and then I just let it play. But MB, thank you so much. I also want to call out. Let's see. I already called out Legal Fiction. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. You're awesome, man. Sparkle Boots, your channel. I think I called out Sparkle Boots already. If I didn't, Sparkle Boots, thank you so much. Mary. We all love you, Colin. Remember the group up. Yeah. I don't know why. Today's a tough day. There's no reason for it. I don't know why, but I'm having a tough time today. And you guys are all awesome. Thank you for watching. I'm not gonna, keep woe is me during this clip, but you guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out. And let's go. Let's just keep watching some court. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's be cordial in the chat. Please, let's be cordial in the chat. And yeah, let's go.
All right, so I know we've had a couple of hearings. This is the third hearing, and it was to move out, and I'm assuming he has not.
Correct.
Okay, what's the reason now?
Well, the reason is I'm not gonna stand up here and give you no made
Please
about. We've been moving out. Wednesday and Thursday, there was a lock at the gate where the U-Haul was inside the property in front of the front door. Gate was locked. I had to grind it off to break off the lock. We're moving. This gentleman over here, his father, is visiting the house nonstop with people coming wanting to see the house. They making their way inside. I recorded it. I called the cops. I actually called y'all and to see because you had informed that for them to stay away until we were out. The gentleman was over there passing by, coming with people, trying to get into the property. He finally made his way into the property, I think Sunday or Monday morning, shushing the dogs away with the other person. Closed the gate. And I told him, what are you doing in the property? If the dogs would have got a hold of you or the other person, I'm responsible for it. I closed the gate. But what are you doing here? They told y'all specifically to be away, to stay away from us.
Wait.
And so since then, we haven't been in the right of mind to move out because of the fact that we can't move out smoothly because there's people coming in all the time. The neighbor even calls us when we leave in the U-Haul. She calls us and says, there's somebody outside. And I said, can you ask them what they want? And they want to see the house.
Down, and I will address that issue, but we've already given you 2 resets.
But exactly, ma'am. I already have the stuff to move, but how can I move when they
Now,
went to
how
lock the
long do
gate?
you need to move
I
out?
just need a day or 2, ma'am. Or whatever you,
okay.
I mean, I just need some time because they keep bothering us.
Mr. Tobias, what's going on?
He told me not to have any communication with him. I haven't been over there. I don't know what he's talking about on the lock.
Okay, so who are you?
I'm his father.
Okay,
And
so let me ask
unfortunate-
you, Mr. Tobias, have you been,
I'm right
before I witness any videos that are about to be presented to me, I'm gonna ask you, have you been at that property? And have you been having people go over there? Wait,
I went yesterday with a potential tenant to rent the property. They asked me to leave because they said I have no right to be there. And I think I did.
Laurel, thank you so much for the PayPal. I appreciate it. And I'm glad that you've been watching for so long. I appreciate it. I'm not trying to get sympathy PayPals, but I appreciate you guys. I think you guys can tell I'm having a tough night. But you know what? This is why we have a community, right? We all take care of each other. Everyone's going to be okay. Nothing is that bad where we're going to be alone. So You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Laurel, thank you so much. MB also, again, thank you so much for your PayPal. We got this. We got this. We're gonna get through court videos and we're gonna make tonight a great night. That's the important part.
They have a right, because they were supposed to be out Sunday,
Okay.
this past Sunday.
But
So
this is what I'm trying to get to y'all. I have told y'all to stay away and let them say another word and I'll make my ruling. I don't need a side comment. I have asked y'all to stay away and let them move out so that you can get your apartment. What or your house? What is it that you don't understand that you do not have the right as of right now? He has not been formally evicted. If you would have just left him alone, we wouldn't be here. Even your son is aware of that and he had the right to stay away. So now that you're on the property, you have now not let him move out, which is what he was trying to do. So if I watch these videos, is it gonna be something that I wanna see?
I'm not sure what they would have on the video.
right, let's
My
watch
only
it.
visit
Now,
was
look. And that's why I recorded it, because they had told me, well, here, when I called here, they told me to record them and use it here. It's a video, it's probably paused. And you can see the U-Haul right in the front door. It's a big U-Haul blocking the front door. And he still managed his way to get on the front porch and knock on my door. And the neighbor said that before they knocked on the front door, that they were in the backyard with the gentleman. Like you can even see the gate in the background's closed as well. And the lock's there that I cut off the gate. Who I don't know who put it or what, but I had to cut it off myself and then take the U-Haul back to the place because the time was up. I couldn't use the U-Haul no more.
All right, Mr. Tobias, what's going on here? What?
I mean, I
did
do
you
want to
tell
move.
your
I'm trying
dad
to move.
Stay away?
I am completely unaware of the lock. I don't know.
Or your dad bringing anybody to the house?
My dad said he brought somebody on Monday because they were supposed to be out Sunday. So that was the understanding that he'd be out by Sunday.
But you're aware of that we gave him the week. Okay, I reset it for 1 week
Right,
for
but
him to be out by this morning
Right.
or yesterday at midnight.
now, me being the property owner, my dad went on his own accord. I didn't know anything about
I
it until
understand.
after.
Yeah,
But
so
now-
can I say something?
Yes.
Yeah, and first of all, I didn't get that they had a week. My understanding was that it was Sunday, so that's why I waited till Monday.
I
Yeah.
understand, but that's where
Okay.
the lack of
Well,
communication.
that's
Well,
fine, that's the lack
You
of
had
commitment,
asked
I
when he
fully
could be out.
understand.
He said Sunday. So that was our understanding that his last day would be Sunday.
So, Mr. Trevino, I'm gonna reset this case for 1 day. You have until tomorrow and by 1:30 to be out of that house.
ma'am.
I will do my judgment at that point.
Yes, ma'am. And I shall be here at 1:30?
Yes, sir.
Your
Yes, ma'am.
Honor, I start a new job tomorrow.
Can I? be
You wanna,
here?
can he appear? You wanna jump on Zoom?
I can't, it's a brand new job.
Okay. Is it okay, your dad, or do you
Yeah,
wanna
it's
be
okay,
here?
my dad represents.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're okay with the 1 week, the 1 day reset for tomorrow at 1:30?
Yes.
now can I say one other
Yes,
thing?
sir.
Is tomorrow, whatever you decide.
Oh, it'll be, you'll get your judgment tomorrow.
Well, that's fine and good, but I've always had a good relationship with this gentleman, up until this procedure started. And he somewhat of a veiled threat to me and to my son. And I told my son, I don't want him going over there. Just leave him alone and let the court proceed.
Well, that's what we're trying to do,
Yeah,
sir.
but if he doesn't move out tomorrow,
Then I will render judgment and you will have a judgment stating he don't have a choice to move out. I moved him out. That's all I can do.
will an armed guard be
No.
going? Well, see, that's the problem.
So, Mr. Tobias,
Yes,
judgment's gonna be rendered tomorrow if he's not out. So once judgment's rendered, he's got 5 official days to move out or file an appeal. Okay?
Your Honor, you gave me the option of appeal or not appeal or a 2-week extension. So I thought appeal was off the table with the 2-week extension.
Is the appeal off the table?
What is that?
If you move out tomorrow, you're waiving your right to an appeal?
What is that?
If you move out tomorrow, then you don't have an appeal. You cannot file an appeal. In other words, if you move out tomorrow, the case will be dismissed. If you are not out by tomorrow by 1:30, then the judgment's gonna stand and you waive your right to an appeal.
And which that means I get the 5 extra days.
Which means you need to be out tomorrow, or if not, a writ will be issued out and you cannot file an appeal.
Oh, I could be out, as long as they're not interrupting me, but
So then,
can I
then
let you know something as well too? So when this
no, hold
incident,
on, I need you to answer my question. Are you waiving your right to an appeal? If you move out tomorrow, the case is going to be dismissed.
yeah, but another question that I have. So when before this incident happened,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say right now, waiving your right to appeal is a terrible idea. If you can get all your stuff out by tomorrow, whatever time, fine. Then get your stuff out. You're already moving. This guy's harassing you, and every time he shows up, you stop moving. That sounds like you're playing a victim card. Just move out. If I was getting kicked out of my apartment and my landlord showed up to check on the progress, and I took that as an action, like, oh, you're bullying me, I'm not going to move out anymore, I'm going to just sit on my hands and wait till you leave. Hey, come on, man. Just saying. Let's go.
when I paid him the rent for February, and when I paid him in March, I had got a text message the same day I paid the rent. I have it too saved from the gentleman saying, I'm the new owner of the house. I own the property of the house. You're going to start paying rent to me. So he's been going to the property thinking it's his. And I have the text message that he said, I'm the new owner of the house.
Okay. But that has nothing to do, unfortunately, Mr. Trevino, with this case. I already know who the owner is. I've been dealing with him. He's been working with you. We're trying to get you out without a judgment on your record. Okay, so that's the only concern you need to worry about right now.
All right.
If they're not asking for any money, they're not accusing you of
Okay,
any
I just
background.
wanted just so you know, and then he also told me before that he tells the tax office that the house is unlivable, but yet he rents the.
You know what, Crazy Cat, you hang in there. I've gotten okay. I'm okay. I don't need to hang in there for anything. No, you need to hang in there. Yeah, I'm emotional right now. Just I don't take yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna keep talking about it, but what you're going through is much more difficult than what I'm going through. I just don't like it, right? I just don't like it. I get hit hard by it. But you're actually going through it right now. I went through it a year ago, and I'm just over feeling this way. I'm just over feeling this way.
House to people, stating that he tells the taxes that the house is unlivable, but he pays for the property.
Well, you're more than welcome to go file whatever you'd like to file
Okay.
on that.
Okay.
Nobody's stopping you. But right now,
And
I'm
I'll
trying to
file
get
my
this
rent back.
case situated. So you have until tomorrow by lunchtime at 1:30, you need to be out. If I find out that either one of y'all are on the property, this deal is off the table and I will dismiss the case outright. Do you understand?
Yes, I
Let
understand.
him move out
Yep.
and be done with it. Both of y'all. Y'all goes your separate ways. After tomorrow, then you have access to your property by 2:30.
Excuse me, I get the impression that you think that we've been harassing them.
No, I'm
Okay.
not under any impression, and my impression doesn't mean anything, but I have a video stating that you were on the
Oh, I
property,
was.
and I don't know what's going on between y'all two. Obviously, I know y'all cannot be in the same room right now. I don't know what happened, but we're trying to get this case dismissed as applicable as possible. So that's all I'm telling you is leave him alone, let him move out. 24 hours, you have your whole place back. Okay? If he doesn't, I will give it to you back. That's all. Okay? So in other words, no communication. All right? We'll
What
see.
time is it?
1:30. So tomorrow at 1:30, be here in person. If you want, you can have a seat, y'all, and get an official notice if you want, because obviously you're not gonna get the notice in the mail by tomorrow. So if y'all want to have a seat, she'll print you out an actual notice so you know to be here at exactly the time.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Next clip. We're going to Judge Tammy. As you can just see, we just jumped into our courthouse. This one's interesting. You know, I don't need to. You guys are smarter than me on this. All I do is collect clips and put them together. You guys are a lot smarter than me on this. I do want to go ahead and say thank you to Laurel. Laurel, thank you so much for the PayPal. First time in live chat, long time fan. Laurel, thank you so much. Laurel, you're awesome. And thank you so much for the PayPal. I appreciate it. So let's go. This one's a little weird. Just saying. Let's play it out. MB, Laurel, thank you so much for your PayPal. Do I have all the super chats got up? Excuse me. I'm so sorry. We love you, Colin. Group hug. Dwight, I don't think I saw that one. Phil from accounting. Some days really suck. We all have them. A decent dinner on me. Phil, thank you so much. Phil from accounting, thank you so much. That was a nice message, and I needed that. I might be late on that. I don't know when you sent that. I'm okay. It's just, you have those nights that just like hit you with emotions, and people, and I don't want to say that people need to stop sending me these articles, but the whole Melissa thing has gone to my head, I think, and I think it hit me like all at once, and yeah, I can't explain it. I really can't, but it just like all hit me at once. I was, let's just go. Let's just play some core clips. Let's play some core clips. Let's hang out together. I don't know, but the second I started talking, and I saw the news articles about her, it just all started setting in, and man, Phil, thank you so much for the super generous super chat. I'm gonna let's play it. I'm gonna play the clip. You're awesome. Thank you so much for the generous super chat. I am trying my best. I don't know why this hit me like this. I really don't. Trying to hold my own.
Said yes, ma'am. All right, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true. Yes, ma'am. All right, you can put your hand down. Ms. Adams, you're before the court on a revocation of probation, State of Georgia versus Lakia Unique Adams, 2021 CR 05338. You were before this court for driving under the influence on the 16th day of August 2023. You were sentenced to 12 months probation. You have 2 months and 18 days remaining. This is your second hearing, and you failed to avoid injurious and vicious habits. You tested positive for the metabolites of alcohol on April 11th, 2024. You're represented by Ms. Hahn, and she has indicated that you wish to stipulate and agree to the probation recommendations. Ms. Hahn, what's going on with your client?
Your Honor, it's on here. Your Honor, I briefly spoke with Ms. Adams. We attempted to have a conversation about, what could potentially cause the positive test. I guess without getting into that, shouldn't specifically give a direct answer as to what may have caused it. However, she has been in custody for, I think it's 12 days at this point. She's asking to be released back to probation. She's let me know that she can be committed to finishing it. And at the very least, if the conditions do stay the same, or if if the court is agreeable to allow her to be released back to probation, she would be willing to do AA meetings.
Miss Adams, how old are you, ma'am?
26.
What's going on that alcohol has you like this?
I necessarily wouldn't say it had me this way. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to actually pinpoint and say what it is. I've been not just to say I've been told it's been different things, but I do believe that it was maybe something that was consumed. This was not on purpose, no ma'am.
Well, what would you have consumed that contained alcohol that you wouldn't be aware of?
I do know that sometimes it's in pasta. I know there's like
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. When y'all come at me with the vodka sauce on the pasta, what y'all don't understand is basic science. When you cook with alcohol, the heat dissipates the alcohol. You may be left with the flavor of it, but you're not left with it's a distillate. And so the alcohol burns off. You may be left with what is a flavor, but the alcohol and the potent part of the alcohol, the part that gets you drunk, is gone. So whenever somebody tells me that foolishness, it tells me they didn't pay attention in science. So don't try that one on somebody who actually paid attention in high school science, because that's high school science. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now that we've finished blowing smoke at each other, let me just say that whatever is causing you to drink is not going to stop causing you to drink until you make a concerted effort to change whatever it is that's bothering you enough to make you an alcoholic at this age. And yes, ma'am, you're an alcoholic. The fact that you came at me with the vodka pasta story tells me you don't want to acknowledge it, but you are. This is your second hearing. You've had a DUI before me, and you understand clearly, because this is your second hearing, who I am and how I feel about messing up on probation, and what got you here. And so, yes, ma'am, you'll be doing AA meetings because you need them, not just because you messed up, but because you are an alcoholic. Now, whether you wish to acknowledge it or not, let me point out some things. You've been in jail for 12 days for drinking, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Any sane person would avoid drinking to avoid going to jail. Any person who was not so involved in alcohol and that alcohol didn't have such a hold on them, they would do anything to avoid going to the Clayton County Jail. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
But you drank knowing that if I caught you, you were going to jail. You got that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have children?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. So, ma'am, I'm not sure what it is. You know, I don't know, but it's some trauma or some grief that's bothering you to the point where you're taking refuge in alcohol. Is any of what I'm saying correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I can usually spot it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, whatever the recommendation is from probation, and it probably already includes this because Ms. Chang knows me. We've been working together for a long time, but it's going to include AA meetings, at least one AA meeting a week. So Ms. Chang, what is your recommendation, ma'am?
Your Honor, our original recommendation was that 30 days be revoked and close the case. However, it's, if she's returned to probation with AA, that's fine, and continue to drug screen every report.
She was already drug screening at each report, right?
Yes.
All right, so Ms. Adams, what that tells me, whenever Ms. Chang recommends 30 days and close the case, she's tired of you. You've already been before her. You've already messed up. She's already testing you every time. So you know that you're being tested every time. So alcohol has you to the point where you're willing to risk it, even though you know every time you report, they're going to test you. And so what she's saying is just go ahead and finish out the 30 days.
Your
You
Honor,
got me? Yes, ma'am.
we're asking that she be released. I think, closing out the 30 days would obviously keep her, assumably, keep her sober, for those 30 days. But I think that if she is allowed to be released and go do the AA meetings, that it's going to have more benefit for her in the long term. Hopefully within the time that she's got left on probation, which is, I believe it's like maybe 3 months left, that she can find a sponsor and we won't have to be here in court again. So I think that's going to be more beneficial for her.
Well, the problem is she's only got 2 months left, which means that it's hard for me to monitor any progress that she would make. Now I can give her 30 days and she will definitely dry out. Because this is her second one. And I know I gave her the speech the first time. But then she came at me with the vodka pasta story, which that's just insulting my intelligence. I could watch TV and figure that one out.
No, vodka pasta is delicious. It really is. Yeah, you're not going to test positive for vodka in your pasta. If you're eating a vodka sauce, you're not going to test positive. And yeah, Judge is right here. For any of the, the chefs out there, heat burns off the alcohol, but it doesn't burn off the flavor, which is why you cook with it. Even if you bake with it, you're gonna have the flavor. You're not gonna have the alcohol content. There's a chance you might have a small content. So if you had a vodka sauce and you tested like 0.001 and you're like, hey, I had a vodka sauce last night, that's more acceptable. But you're not going to test, you're not going to be like 0.024 vodka sauce unless you're chugging the vodka sauce. Yeah. Yeah. As chefs out there. There are chefs out there that are on this, these crazy court. I'm not going to say crazy. That wasn't the right word. When you get put on a tether or you have to blow into things and you're a chef, it sucks. I never had to do it. But you taste things, especially if you're a manager. Can you imagine being a manager at a small restaurant and you're trying to taste beer to sell to your clients and you have an ankle monitor on? I mean, I'm just saying. Like, these stories don't make sense. And the court's not stupid. They've had restaurant people come in and talk to them before. That's why I always tell you guys, I've always told, if you find yourself on one of these tethers or any kind of alcohol thing, just be honest. Just be honest. The courts they're trying to help you. You might get sanctions, but Judge Tammy is not going to sanction you for bullshit. If you come to her and say, "Hey, I drank this one night, we had a really busy night. I was in the weeds for 3 hours and my stress level is really high." The officer took it. Way better approach. Way better approach. Be honest with Judge Tammy. Judge Tammy is people. She's people. Which is why I like playing her. She is people. Just remember that. Anyone that lives in Georgia, remember, Judge Tammy is a real person. And she tries.
Understood, Your Honor. But again, she is just asking to be released. I mean, I think even in one AA meeting, her meeting people who have the same struggles as her is probably going and having to show proof that she did it. Because if she just stays in jail, there's
Miss Chang, I didn't order AA last time.
Your Honor, she tested positive last time for THC for marijuana.
Oh.
It wasn't alcohol.
Oh, so she just doing everything. Yeah. You need AA. but you need 30 days more. All right, so
All right, I disagree with that. I disagree. You're smoking weed. You don't need AA for smoking weed. You don't. But if you're using AA as a supplement to your drinking, then yeah, you need something. If you can't stop drinking while you're under court supervision, if you can't stop it and you're using something else to fix your fixation, let's say that. Yeah, when a court says you're going to go to jail if you do this, this, or that, and then you can't stop doing this, this, or that, it's not a good look. It's not a good look, man. You can, if you can't stop doing something for a year that you don't need in your body, alcohol, weed, any other, whatever your drug of choice is, yeah, AA is a good choice, or NA. Go get your help. Go get your help while you're there. If a court says you're going to go to jail for 90 days if you take this drug again and you can't stop yourself from taking the drug, yeah, get help. Get help. I'm not telling anyone what they can and can't do. I am not. You have a drug of choice. I'm not going to tell you what your drug of choice should and shouldn't be. If you like drinking, drink as much as you want. But when you're under court order, don't do it. And if you can't stop doing it, that's where the problem is. All right, let's play the rest of this clip.
30 days and close the case. And Miss Adams, if you're serious about getting straight, you'll seek AA or NA after you get out. But if you're not serious, you're going to see me again. Because let me just be clear. Any misdemeanor you commit in the county of Clayton, you will see my pretty face. Yes, ma'am. So be mindful that you might want to seek out some help for yourself by going to AA meetings voluntarily, and trying to get yourself back on track before you see me. Do you have a job, Miss Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Customer service.
Okay. All right. You do that from home?
No, ma'am, with the public.
You have to drive to get to it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because does she have a permit?
She has a limited use permit?
Not anymore. I'll pass those things. And then I
Oh,
got it
okay.
reinstated.
She's got her license back, Your Honor. It's been reinstated.
Okay. Please remember that if you get another DUI, it's going to be a lot more expensive. You're actually going to spend jail time on the initial sentence, and you're going to lose your license again. You understand? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna follow Ms. Chang's recommendation because this is the second time up. And has she realized that she was gonna come back to me, then she wouldn't have done it, maybe.
Understood, Your Honor.
So 30 days and we'll close the case. But please be mindful that if you are serious about getting clear, then you need to go to AA meetings on your own, which you can do. You got me?
Yes, ma'am.
But you need to get yourself straight because you're too young to let alcohol ruin your life. And it's not really alcohol and drugs that's ruin your life. It's the grief or the trauma that you suffered, that you're trying to run away from, that you're letting ruin your life. So if I would advise you to seek out some counseling, okay? Even if it's going to a grief support group that's free at a church. When you get to AA meetings, unburden yourself and share with them what is causing you to have the difficulties that you have. Because I promise you, there's probably going to be 4 people in the meeting who have similar issues and are working their way through it also. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Miss Adams, I am so sure that if you don't get yourself some help, you're gonna kill somebody or you're gonna kill yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Also, ma'am, please be mindful that I'm probably one of the more lenient judges because I try to help people get back on track as opposed to just jailing them. But a county south of us, they give 6 months to serve off the bat. You get a DUI in that county, it's 6 months to serve. But this will be your second in 5 if you get one, and he's going to give you at least a year. Trust me. Counties all around us, they give serious jail time. I was sitting in a conference and the judge around me, they said, what do you do if somebody comes on a revocation on a DUI? And that judge didn't even breathe hard and said, I give them 6 months to serve on a revocation. So I'm going to give you a chance to get your life straight. Other judges are going to give you 60 days, 66 months to get your life straight. You understand? So even if you think you don't want to come back to me, think about it. You do, for almost any judge in the state of Georgia, I know all of them who do DUIs, they're gonna give you 6 months off the bat to serve. So you would probably do better going to AA and getting yourself some counseling, and trying to get a little bit better than being out here ignoring what I'm telling you, okay?
And Your Honor, is she free to go back?
Yep. Defendant shall serve 30 days, credit since date of lockup, and after service of 30 days in the Clayton County Jail, the case is closed.
Your Honor.
Yep.
Risk of Ms. Adams is asking if you could reconsider and allow her to report to AA weekly.
Nope. Because this is her second time at using substances, and I know the speech that I give her. So this is going to be a test of whether Miss Adams really wants to get clean. If she really wants to get clean, she's going to go to AA as soon as she gets out of jail. She just wants to stay out of jail. This isn't about staying clean. I'm clear. If she really wanted to be clean, then she would have gone to AA on her own after she got that THC, or she would have talked to Miss Chang about it. How can I help myself, Miss Chang? Can you request counseling from the judge or anything? But no, she tried it and she failed. You rolled the dice and you came up snake eyes. So 30 days, let's see if we can dry you out. Let's see if you can have you think about the way you want to live your life from now on. And then from that point on, if you want AA, you seek it.
All right. Yeah, that just happened. Let's see. Kathy Berry, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. I am sorry. I am multitasking tonight, and yeah, I don't know what's going on. My head is all over the place. Kathy Berry, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. I appreciate you. And thank you so much. And then Mark with the 20 gifted memberships. You guys are making it rain memberships. You guys are all awesome. I'm trying to do so much right now in a limited amount of time. And you guys are continuing to be here for me. I can't tell you how much that means to me. Kathy, Mark, Phil from accounting. I don't even know you, Phil, and you came with this amazing super chat. You guys are all awesome. I don't know what else to say. You guys are awesome. Welcome to all the new members. Welcome to everybody. So much for watching. I don't know what else to say. So I just keep hitting play because I don't know what else to say. You guys are all awesome. Thank you so much.
The court now is called in case number 23-155766. This is Comerica Bank versus Sparkle Davis. The matter is before the court. Looks like on a petition to set aside entry of a default in this matter. Your appearance for Comerica Bank, please.
Your Honor, good morning. Christopher Sosson, spelled Sossong, P59383, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Thank you, Mr. Sosson, and good morning to you, sir. I'm looking now for Sparkle Davis. If you are on the Zoom, please say something at this time.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, good morning to you, Ms. Davis.
Good morning.
All right, I see that you filed a petition to have a default that was entered in this matter set aside, and you indicated, just one moment. Yeah, you sent a note to me indicating that that you had no knowledge of the date and that there was fraudulent activity on your account, something along this line. What is the basis upon which you believe that the judgment should be set aside? Talk to me.
Because my card was like missing and obviously got stolen. If somebody was able to do this transactions and all this other stuff that I wasn't aware of. And I'm steady getting alerts. That's why I made copies of all the alerts I got, all the notifications, and gave it to you. Like everything that came to me is what I saw. And when I tried to reach out, like nobody was trying to talk to me. It's like they kept passing me, like put me on hold, talking to this person, put me on hold, talking to that person. And it was just no good communication. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm getting charged for what?
All right, so let me ask you this. Why didn't you respond to the complaint when it was filed against you?
You said response to the complaint?
Yeah, a lawsuit was filed against you, and that was served on you back in November of 2023 at an address on Gordon Street.
That's the thing. I'm sorry to cut you off. I was never served because I didn't stay there. It was served. It probably got sent to that address, the 6409, but I wasn't staying there. I didn't have a car. I had no way to go over there to pick up my mail. When I finally was able to pick up my mail, that's when I saw like, oh, like what is this? And then that's when I got my information on like my evidence because I would have been like this would have been settled.
Wow. I have an affidavit from process server indicating that you were served, and moreover, you're still using that address.
That's what's on my ID. I don't use that address though, because it's just the apartment. I don't plan on and that's my family place, so I feel safe with my mail going there.
The thing is that if you holding that address out there, that's the reason why you're going to get served there, and ultimately going to get a judgment against you. So when did you first find something out about this case being in court? When did you find that out, ma'am?
This year, this February, after the last a little bit, probably a week after the last court thing they put on me in February, because I was ready to go, and then I realized, oh dang, I missed it. And then that's when I went to the court and asked them what is this? What's going on? And they gave me all the paperwork I needed. And she said, as long as you can, provide your documents, then, we can figure out something.
Well, whoever told you that, they don't know what they're talking about. But let me hear from the other side. Mr. Sosson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, it is plaintiff's position that the defendant has failed to articulate and demonstrate a showing as required by Court Rule MCR 2.603D, a showing of both good cause and a meritorious defense. First, as the court noted, the defendant was personally served with a summons and complaint on November 18th of 2023 at 4:34 p.m. at the address of 6409 Bogle Street in Detroit, Michigan, 48210. That is, as the court noted, attested to by the process server. And that is, as the court also noted, the very same address the defendant has utilized in her pleadings. So that address is consistent through the present date with the defendant's residency. There's no really factual reasonableness to contend that the address where the defendant was served was inaccurate, given that point. Second, the defendant in her motion fails to articulate good cause or reason why she failed to file an answer to the complaint. The summons that the defendant was served with is very clear and sets forth what action a defendant must take after being served. Third, a default request and entry was sought and served on the defendant on December 27th of 2023. That default entry was served on the defendant on December 27th, 2023. Again, at the very same address. The defendant took no action to contest or set aside the default when the default entry was entered by the court on that date. Subsequently, plaintiff then sought entry of default judgment after the default was entered against the defendant, and the court entered the default judgment on February 1st of 2024, and the default judgment then was served on the defendant on February 1 of 2024. My point is that there were multiple mailings and opportunities giving notice to the defendant that a default was entered, a judgment was entered, for the defendant to have taken timely action to seek to set aside this default judgment if she could articulate a meritorious defense to the claim. It is plaintiff's position that the defendant has failed to articulate a meritorious defense to the claim. The defendant acknowledges that she had an account, but contends that the charges to the account may be the source of criminal activity, i.e. fraudulent. However, in support of her motion to set aside the default judgment, the defendant doesn't attach or reference to any if the source of the amount or the balance is criminal in nature or potentially criminal in nature. The defendant doesn't attach any police report or any indication that she contacted the authorities as it relates to potentially fraudulent or criminal charges or criminal activity that is the source of the balance. So, Your Honor, for all those reasons, it is plaintiff's position that she's failed to articulate the necessary two-prong requirement of good cause and meritorious defense to set aside the default judgment that was entered on February 1 of 2024, and accordingly, plaintiff would respectfully request that the court deny her motion and allow the default judgment that was entered on February 1 of 2024 to remain in place. Thank you.
All right, thank you, counsel. All right, ma'am, anything else you want to tell me at this time?
I mean, my whole thing is, like I said, I provided the documents. Like, I didn't know y'all wanted phone records. That I called them 1,000 times. Like, I feel like, yeah, they didn't do what they was supposed to do on their part, and all of a sudden it falls back on me because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So that's kind of like unfair. And at the end of the day, you keep talking about this address. I don't stay there. Like, okay, maybe you didn't know, but at the end of the day, if obviously I'm not responding, it's kind of common sense. Like, oh, you know, maybe she not getting me. And both of my grandparents there are going through dementia. Like, they like can't tell me nothing. So it's like, how would I know? Like, this is crazy.
Yep, this is crazy. This is crazy. Sierra May, thank you so much for the $10 travel fund. this is a good time to say it. Thank you so much. Why am I hiccuping? I'm going to St. Joseph County in less than 2 weeks now. June 13th, I'll be there. So if anyone wants to donate to the travel fund, my link tree is in the description. I'll be going there. No pressure. No pressure. Just, if you guys want to, it'd be great. It's going to cost a little bit more money than usual because I'm staying overnight. Yeah, I'm going to go hang out with Judge Middleton for a day, hang out with Debbie Davis for the evening, walk in the parade, and hopefully I will be live streaming it. Don't really know what's going to happen yet, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But thank you, Sierra Maid. I wanted to make sure I shouted you out, and yeah, let's keep going.
All right, thank you, ma'am. What's really crazy is that if you're going to use an address where you receive mail and where contact can be made with you, is that you don't check on that mail on a regular basis so that you will know if there is something that is some action that is being raised against you. I frankly think that there are two things that have to be established here. One is that there is good cause for not answering time. That's the big deal. I understand that Ms. Davis talks about how she was contacting the bank. I don't have anything to do with that. None of that matters to this court. Once something
Can
is
I say
filed,
something?
oh, no, you can't say anything. No. Once you file something with the court, once something is filed in court, that's what then matters. Ultimately, it may come up that there was some discussions that were occurring before. But once something is filed with the court, you have to respond to court process.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a parade scheduled for June 13th in St. Joseph County, and I'm going to be walking next to Debbie Davis. I don't know anything really more of that. She invited me to it, and I said yes. So I'm going to be heading up there. It's St. Joe from me is about it's a little bit less than 4 hours, so it's a big trip, and it's not a day trip, so it's gonna be. I'm gonna drive up there in the morning, hang out with Judge Middleton during the day, and then do the parade at night. But I'm gonna be hanging out all day long in St. Joseph County. I want to do all of the things in St. Joseph County in a day. But here's what I want to do the most, and this all depends on you guys. If you guys will, excuse me, if you guys want to do it, I asked Debbie Davis for a recommendation of hotels, and she sent me a business card of someone who sets up campsites. What this is what would be really cool to have, a campsite set up for us where we would all go to St. Joseph County, anyone that's close enough to do it. And she said, and like yeah, it would just be so cool. I'm not talking about like, tents. I'm talking about trailers. And this person sets up trailers for people. Essentially, it's like a mobile hotel area. This company sets up trailers, and it would be really cool. Can you imagine all of us hanging out with Judge Middleton all day, doing the parade, and then going and hanging out at a bonfire type area where the campsite is already set up, where we don't have to do anything. Now, I can do all those things, but it's just such a cool idea, and it's extremely inexpensive. I think I saw $40 a person, but you have to, yeah, we're getting pretty late to book it, so but it would be really cool. It'd be really cool for all of us to have a campfire at night after hanging out in court and doing the the court crawl thing, and then we're just all hanging around a campfire, hanging out. That would be really cool. I really hope that happens. I really do. That is my idea for this, and even if there's only like 2 or 3 of us, it'll still be a lot of fun. All right, I'm gonna keep playing the video, but I just kind of went off on a tangent.
You don't respond to court process, then I have certain rules that are invoked that I have to deal with. I have to deal with what those rules say. And the rules say that, number one, if you're going to get a default set aside, you have to show that there is good cause for not responding to the complaint or not responding to process. There was a complaint served, there was a default served, there was a default judgment, all sent to the address that we've been talking about. And not until this default judgment is entered and has been entered for some time is there any action taken on the part of the defendant to undo it. That's the first part of the prong. The first part of the prong is there good cause? Is there a good reason why there was a delay in responding to process? I have to answer that question based upon the factual scenario that is given to me. And no, there wasn't. Now, does there appear? You put your hand all over your head if you want to. None of that. None of that.
I don't have a car. I didn't have a car. Like,
Oftentimes, the critical key to not understanding what your requirements are is using more of your lips than you use of your ears. Not listening. That's a critical problem here. It appears to me that defendant may very well have raised a meritorious defense that the court would consider along the way, but she hasn't met the test of showing good cause why she did not timely respond. That's a problem here. And she can always file another motion, but I don't see where she's shown that there's good cause for not responding, number one, to the complaint, number two, to the default entry, number three, to the entry of the default judgment. It is months later before she ever responds. And for that reason, the motion will be denied, as she does seem to have something that she could raise by way of her claim that she gave banks some notification that there may have been fraudulent activity. She should raise that, but she can't even get to that issue unless she meets the prong to show that there is a good basis for why she did not timely respond to the complaint. And I've listened very carefully. I've tried to listen to hear from her why she did not timely respond. Her primary excuse is that, well, I used that address, but I didn't get over there to get the address. And then she interrupted me to tell me that she don't have a car. But that doesn't give good cause for not responding timely. Nothing under the rules will allow that. And again, she may have something in the way of a meritorious offense, although she's filed no affidavit to support the same. For that reason, I have to deny the motion in this matter. And the reason I took some time to really think about this in the way that I have is because obviously, if someone fraudulently used her account, then obviously that's something that should be investigated. And the bank or nobody else wants to be collecting money from someone where someone fraudulently took action against them. So I was trying to get to the bottom of that in this, but I can't even get to that without her. I mean, she has to take some action on her own part. She takes 6 months or so to respond to the complaint because she says that that's the address that she uses for mail, but she don't live. Well, that's not good cause. All right. So the motion will be denied. The judge will remain in place.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Okay.
Jedi!
What's up, Colin?
Jedi?
Can you hear me?
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't hear you. Can you hear
I'm
me?
here for you, man.
I appreciate it. Can you hear me, though?
I can hear you.
Yay. Welcome, Jedi.
I guess the
How are
question
you
is,
doing
because
this evening?
can everybody hear us?
Who's everybody?
Everyone that's watching. All of our
No,
friends.
so all of our friends. Yeah, no, they can probably hear
Yeah,
us.
they hear us.
Yeah, they can probably hear us. Just saying, just saying. Jenna, how are you doing? How are you doing? Thank you so much for rescuing me. How are you doing this evening?
You know what? I'm doing well, but I saw a friend that needed some help, so I'm here, man. I got your back. We're a great community here, and just wanted to come on up and say we love you, and I'm here for you.
I appreciate you jumping up. So the friend that needed help was me, I'm assuming.
All good. Everybody needs a little help sometime. Sometimes we just need a little help from our friends.
Was I that bad? Am I that bad tonight? All right. Well,
No, no,
we've
you're
only got
good.
one left. We've only got one left.
All right, what do we got?
I don't even know. Hold on.
We'll
Hold
find
on.
out. We'll
Yeah,
find
we'll
out
find
together.
out together. Oh, this. We've got Miss Kristen Stewart. It's not her, but this is she reminds me of her. Uh, this is kind of a fun one, I guess. I don't know.
All
You
right.
guys might not think it. Let's just go.
All right.
Miss Kristen Stewart is the not Kristen Stewart because it's not her, but yeah, she
It's giving
denies
those like
everything.
I might be in love with a vampire vibes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
She really does. She really does. All right, let's go. Let's go.
All right.
All right, Mr. Johnson, are you ready on Kelsey Butters?
I am, Your Honor. Good morning. As indicated yesterday.
Master Gunnery Sergeant, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is a very generous super chat for your trip to visit Judge Middleton. Thank you. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. You guys may want to watch tomorrow night when I, actually talk about it. But yeah, tonight's been a weird night. Jed, I am sorry that you had to jump up here on the stream, but I appreciate
No.
your coming to my
You
rescue.
know what? Don't ever apologize. That's what we're a community here.
All right.
So, are we doing a members only Monday tomorrow? Do we plug all the reigning memberships that happened tonight? Woohoo. Lots of new
Yeah,
members.
we will have a only Monday tomorrow. Absolutely.
Nice. All right.
Ms. Butters had already admitted to her use yesterday, I believe before I was in the courtroom. She would continue that admission. She would also be admitting to the other violations with the exception of the positive for buprenorphine. As we indicated yesterday on the record, she would like to see the confirmation positive on that before entering that plea. But I do feel as though there's enough other sufficient violations that it makes sense to go forward with a plea today.
All right, so Ms. Butters, I assume you haven't used any narcotic drugs in the last, since you were in court yesterday?
No.
Okay, and you're feeling present, you're able to think clearly this morning?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so you understand you do have a right to a hearing to contest the allegations against you, correct?
Yes.
And you're waiving that right.
Yes.
No one's used any force, threats, or coercion or made any promises to you to get you to waive that right, have they?
No.
And do you understand the worst thing that could happen is you could be removed from the drug treatment court program and return to the circuit court for sentencing on the felony?
Yes.
Okay, then. It indicates in the report that you had a positive test for buprenorphine on May 8th. Is that correct?
No, I haven't even seen a Suboxone or a Subutex pill since I've been out of
Oh,
rehab.
that's right. You are contesting the buprenorphine use, so we'll skip over that one. So it indicates here that you were ordered to take and pass a urinalysis on May 15th, an AM preliminary breath test on May 15th, a urine screen on May 17th, and an AM PBT on May 18th, and you failed to appear for those tests. Is that correct?
Yes.
And further, it states that you disclosed to your probation officer you were using meth on or about May 17th. Is that correct?
Yep.
And there was a
Jedi.
Colin.
What is whatever this Buford metafine? I have no idea what is that? What drug is that?
Well, it appears to be an opioid. Because
Appears to be an
I
opioid.
just asked Dr. Google everything. So it is sublingual, so that would
Suboxone.
mean under the tongue, like probably something that dissolves in your mouth.
We get a lot of Suboxone. All right, so it's a version of meth. Wait, what? Why are they calling it Buford
Or opioid
metafine?
dependence. Okay, so let's see. Used to treat opioid addiction in adults. Okay, so probably something like methadone, maybe. Not sure. I am not a pharmacist. I'm not a doctor.
What Suboxone is.
Okay.
Well, Suboxone's a form of methadone, right? It's to try to wean you off of it.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what it seems like.
No, MB saying no. MB is very no, not meth. I don't know. I
Not
don't know
meth.
what
On par with
what's
methadone, but
going on right now.
different. Okay, makes you
It's
sick
not
if you take
methadone.
narcotics. That sounds probably about right.
Very good for
And
depressed.
yeah, lots of
Yeah,
side
I know.
effects.
Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, hold on.
Okay,
People from
so
accounting.
typical like treatment for opioid addiction. All right.
All right.
Not methadone. Thank you Thank you, chat.
Everyone's. Check out what Oliver Cotwell said. I'm scrolling up before I play. Is this the message?
I'm looking. It's the opiate part of
Okay.
Suboxone for opiate dependence. That's the one. Okay.
All right. Again,
I'm glad you asked because I was thinking the
Miss,
same thing. I was like, what is this? This is I just haven't heard that term before. So
yeah, why do we have 10,000 drugs in this country? Like, why can't we just have like 5? You only need 5, right? We only need 5. Why do we have 10,000? Stop putting the X, O, and E at the end of the drug that you just invented. That's a combination of other drugs.
Well, they got to be running out of letters at this point.
You know what? They're about to start making new letters.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. You know what? We don't have the XXYZ NWP. We're going to have to invent a new letter.
Right.
You know what? Can we invent a new letter before this happens? Let's call it. Oh, come on, Jedi, help me create a new letter right now.
You can't put me on the spot like that. Well, we could just adopt like.
No, we're not adopting letters. We're creating a new letter right
No?
now.
Surfenblatt. That's all I got.
That's not a letter. That's a sentence. All right, we're gonna. I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna play the video, and I'm gonna create a letter in the next like couple minutes. I'm gonna create a letter.
All right, you do that.
Test done at the jail yesterday after you were remanded indicates positive for meth and MDMA. And is that consistent with your drug use?
The method, Sergeant Wood, I don't even know what MDMA is, but Sergeant Wood said that it might have been in the meth, I guess.
Okay, you're admitting to the meth use anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's another allegation that you sent vulgar and threatening emails to an inmate at the Grand Traverse County Jail on May 15th and again on May 16th. Can you tell me what that's about?
Oh, me and her have a past. I was telling her about herself and she didn't like it pretty much.
Wait, this was another inmate?
Yes, we've been friends for years.
Okay, and you sent some kind of letter, a kite they call it,
Yeah, and the new
to her,
phone things.
and
Like,
she
they have
must
the
have been
new-
upset about that, reported it to the jail staff.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
What kind of?
So Jenna, have you ever been sent a kite before? We're just gonna
No,
send
I haven't
kites.
done time. I haven't done time, so no.
Well, I would love to send you a kite across the United States. Maybe that. How can we put kite into the new letter that we're creating? I was thinking quaso, but maybe quitzo. Quitzo.
Quite so. Yeah, but how is that different from my Smurfenblatt? Or whatever, whatever word I came up with. It needs to be
Well, 'cause
something little that pops.
it
I feel
does.
like
It has to be small.
spleen.
It has to be one
Math and
syllable.
I
One
said
syllable
bleen
long. Spleen.
or
Spleen.
floop. I like
Floop.
floop. Crazy Cat had
What?
floop.
But I feel like that's already a thing. It's a fluke. It has to be something. It has to be something different.
And be a kite is like a message between prisoners in prison. Florida Sunshine's got Quig.
Quig. That's a good one. Quig. But that's already
I don't like
something you
Quig.
just. I like Quig, but you just. Is that already a thing? Is Quig a thing?
No.
Quig. All right, let's keep watching. Stop
Okay.
interrupting. You keep talking over the video.
I keep pausing. Wait,
I
I'm
don't know
not
why.
driving.
Yeah. No. I don't know why you keep pausing. We're trying to watch this video and you keep just talking all the time. Stop talking.
I know. My
Love
gosh.
you, Jedi.
Love you.
The things did you say?
Well, she tried to kill herself in front of her kids, so I told her how wrong that was. I told her how disgusting it was that she would shoot up in front of her kid and that she deserved for her kid to be away, stuff like that. She deserved her kid to be away, and her kid deserves to have a better life, and she didn't like it.
Okay, so to all of those violations, then how do you plead?
Guilty.
I'll accept your plea, find it's voluntary, accurate, and understanding. And so, Mr. Johnson, I'm curious to know what your thoughts are about continuing the defendant in the treatment court program.
Your Honor, as I think I started to indicate yesterday, what I really believe is that she needs to meet with somebody who's been successful, who's had a lot on their plate when things got started, including issues with the divorce, issues with children, just somebody who's really risen above everything because I think she does need to make a decision. I think she really is struggling right now and feels like it's too much. And obviously that is leading to relapse. So, Your Honor, I would urge the court and the team to see if maybe there is somebody that could meet with her that's been successful in the program and in spite of juggling a lot of life events at the same time, and let, so she can see that it is possible and is in her best interest, quite frankly, to complete the program, get through this, conquer, at least for the time being, take back power of her life. So that would be my suggestion. I don't know that that's something that the drug court does, but that's what I would like to see. I think at this point in time, Ms. Butters needs to have a real thought to herself because she certainly can, be sentenced on circuit court probation, maybe some additional jail time there. I'm not sure. I don't know the guidelines or anything like that. And circuit court probation is, in comparison to drug court, much easier, much less invasive. So I think she needs to make that decision, and I think she needs to present that to the drug court team.
All right, thank you. Ms. Lako is here from our probation office. Ms. Lako, did we assign a recovery coach to the defendant?
I had one.
Yeah, she has a recovery coach, Your Honor.
Is that Ms. Vianney, maybe?
No, his first name is Paul. When she was in Bear River, they assigned her a recovery coach at that point.
I see. Okay. All right, then I would like to hear from you, Ms. Butters, and I'm really interested to know.
Before we hear from Chris and Stewart, legal fiction. Did I say thank you? I don't know if I did. I'm not sure,
think you
but
did.
legal fiction. Did I? I don't remember.
I think
I
so.
don't remember.
But I mean,
I think I
why
did
not
too.
again?
I think I did too. Yeah. Hey, legal fiction. Thank you so much for the 10 given memberships.
Well, in breaking news from the chat, I came up with a new letter.
Oh, what's the new
It's
letter?
my emote.
Your
It's Jedi.
emote. Jedi.
I feel like we've got some
letter is
consensus
Jedi?
going. Yeah. Well, because think about it, right? Like a letter, we have all of those already. So if we're going to invent a letter, it needs to be a new symbol character, that isn't already represented in our alphabet. So therefore, Jedi.
That's fair.
Jedi oxyphone.
No, we're not creating it. We're not creating a drug for you. We're creating a letter. Speaking of which, since you're up on stream with me, let's go.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Oh, hell yeah. Nice. And it is sanctioned because, the Twat Waffles have assembled.
Then it works. Everyone's happy.
Yep. Yep.
All right. I mean, let's finish this clip off.
Yeah, let's see what we
To
got.
stay in the program or not?
Okay. I am motivated to stay in the program, and I do want to stay in the program. I just did my IOP intake with Munson. That took 2 hours. I'm going to be in groups and one-on-one therapy with them. My peer recovery coach is there as well. I was going to meetings. I missed a couple of PBTs and drops, yes, but I do want to stay in the program because, like my attorney said, that probation and felony probation is so easy, and it's so easy to cheat and you make your way through it. And I don't want to do that. I want to be clean. I want my kids back. They've never seen me high before, ever, my kids, and this last time they have. So I need to get it together for them and for myself, because obviously this isn't the way this life is. Nothing positive comes out of it.
All right, thank you. Ms. Blako, any thoughts?
I don't at this point, Your Honor.
Well, I do have a question for you then. I seem to recall there was some information about Ms. Butters making similar threatening or inappropriate comments when she was in the recovery program. Am I wrong about that? Or
I think what you're recalling is the emails that she sent to the jail, that the jail, I don't even know if the inmate received those emails. I think the jail, obviously incoming
okay, but
information.
I'm talking about something other than those emails.
Yeah. After rewatching it today, we're not going to see part 3 till June 13th. I'm disappointed too. I don't know why I thought it was Tuesday, but they were redoing it on Tuesday. But yeah, June 13th is the next part of the trial I've been playing. Yeah, isn't that special? Sorry, I really thought it was going to be sooner. I really did. But yeah, we're not going to see it till June 13th. I'm really sorry, but yeah.
I'm aware of those, but
I received a phone call yesterday from another individual who Kelsey has been threatening. And that information was forwarded on to the prosecutor's office. I haven't read the information. I just gave them the information to forward it on, but it is the mother of the they're from Benzie County, and I don't
The
have
boy
all the
who
information.
sexually assaulted my daughter. Yeah, the guy who might have my child pregnant right now and sexually assaulted her. And the mom wanted me to come fight her and was telling me stuff. So of course I'm going to say some things to her. She's trying to get me over to her house to fight her, and I refused to go there. So she was going to come to my house.
Well, this took a turn.
okay, so
Yeah, it did. This takes a lot of turns. Now that
Yeah,
we're getting towards the end, and Chris, and I keep calling her Kristen Stewart. I should stop saying that.
It's Mrs. Butters.
Mrs. Butters. But yeah, stop talking. I'm just gonna say that. Stop talking, Mrs. Kristen Stewart. Anyways, Sandy, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Have a better night and a great week. Just be yourself and don't worry about others that you're saying. Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know why tonight was so difficult, and I appreciate Jedi coming to my rescue. You know, sometimes everyone needs a pocket Jedi, right? She came to my rescue tonight. But thank you so much for the super chat. We're gonna keep going with the wannabe Kristen Stewart and Miss Butters. Let's go. If she turns into a vampire, it's not my fault. I'm just saying right now, it's not my fault. Jedi has her lightsaber ready if she turns into a vampire.
I do. I'm on it.
Ms. Butters, my biggest concern here isn't the drug use, it's the threatening statements, to tell you the truth. You know, you have a lot of issues going on here. You know that. You somewhere, I'm sure you understand deep down that humiliating someone else about their drug use, as bad as that is, using in front of their kids, you're not doing anything to help that person.
Yeah. Yes, and I did that when I was high as well.
Okay, so, and if there are allegations that your daughter was sexually assaulted, obviously, the appropriate way to deal with that is to go through law enforcement, not to reach out
I-
directly to the other individual. You know, it's my turn to speak, okay? So this isn't a conversation. It's
Yeah, but here's the thing: the Collins don't do anything normal. So if you know her daughter was assaulted, how would she go to? I'm sorry, I'm making light of this. I shouldn't do it. Shouldn't do it. I just don't believe a word she's saying. I don't believe
Yeah,
a word she's
I'm
saying.
reserving judgment until I hear more because she unloaded a lot of serious allegations there.
Right. I mean, she's been reading the Twilight books, so
Well, of course.
there's a lot going on.
at some point you need to listen to other folks, or you know, this isn't going to go well at all. But there's been a big investment in you with the Bear River inpatient. You were accepted into this program. We really, truly do want to see you be successful. You talked about wanting to get your kids back. I would love to see that happen. There's so many people in our program who have been successful getting their kids back or getting at least some custody, and it does happen. But this has been a rocky start, to say the least. Relapse is almost expected in a program like this one. But the failure to test, you know, that's just avoiding the whole problem. And, you know, you can only blow off these tests so much before I have to react the way I would anyone else in the program. So anyhow, I would prefer to make this a therapeutic response to the behaviors. And so what I'm going to do is generally follow the recommendations that have been made by Ms. Lako. I am going to ask for a psychological evaluation.
Is that through like the people at Muncie Behavioral Health, or where do I do
Ms.
that?
Lako, do you have a preferred provider for that?
I don't, Your Honor. I would reach out to our therapist who's on our team and ask her.
All right, we're at the end of this clip. Jenna, you want a bonus clip? You want a bonus clip?
Only if it's short and funny, because I think that's the mood we need to have.
It's not. I mean, it's about 10 minutes long. It's not really funny, but you know, someone gets held in contempt.
Well, I could do some contempt.
All right. Let's finish this off.
As long as it's not anything that's going to make us sad, because we don't want to be sad tonight. We want to be.
Well, I'm already sad.
We want to have a good time.
We're already sad. At least I'm already sad. All right, let's finish this one off. Let's see what people think if they want a bonus clip of someone being held in contempt.
What her recommendation would be for that.
Okay, so more likely through Catholic Human Services, okay?
Like I need, okay.
All right. We'll continue in the treatment court program. You're to complete that evaluation. And Ms. Lako, are there additional recommendations beyond those?
Your Honor, I would ask that she's remanded for, I would ask for 7 days additional jail at this point. And also, I'm sorry, if I could also ask for her, she's to look for and to get into secure recovery home. Sober living.
Is there any
Well,
open here? No?
Well, I think that was our problem before. There were no open beds. So what we're going to do is require that you continue to pursue that as soon as something becomes available. I think a sober living home is important in this case. I'm also going to have you hook up with Jennifer Vianney. She's one of our drug court recovery coaches. She's not just a recovery coach, but she's part of our drug court team. And I think it would probably be good for you to have someone locally that you can talk to and get you on the right track with this program. So we'll do that. I agree with the sober living home. I do think that substantial period of time in jail makes sense as, if nothing else, a reset, given the relapse, the significant relapse here. And so that is going to be a total of 7 days. So yesterday and today will count. And
Do I just come? Do I come
What's
from?
that?
Do I come from jail to our drug court?
Okay. All right. I'm gonna play the other video.
All right.
You wanna watch it, Jedi?
Yeah. What do we got?
An asshole dad is what we have. David Hardy. Hold on.
David Hardy.
I gotta load this video. Yeah, David Hardy.
Thank you, David Hardy.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hold on. I'm trying to load the clip, and David Hardy just comes through like a wrecking ball. Came through like a wrecking ball. Sorry, you guys. Here we go.
We've talked about this.
We have talked about this. Now this is yeah. David Hardy, thank you so much. David, the one IT guy that I don't trust because he still uses Apple products. I'm gonna call you that every time I see your name. David Hardy so much. And I hope you're having an amazing night, David Hardy. And so thank you for the gifted memberships. And hopefully Jen's doing okay. I mean, you're still using Apple products, so no idea how she's doing. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop with the Apple
much
products.
shade.
No, I am not a fan of Apple products.
I am not a fan of Microsoft. Fight me.
Oh, we might have an epic duel to the death now.
We might.
You're an Apple fan.
Yep. You know why, Colin? Let me tell you why. Because
you know what? Hold on. while you're thinking of a response, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay. Let me hear it one more time. You like Apple,
Hear
right?
what? Yep.
You like Apple. You're an Apple fan over an Android fan, or you're an Apple
That is
fan
correct.
over a Windows fan. Yes? All right.
That is correct.
And just like that, Jedi's gone. Yep. She's gonna come back. Hopefully she comes back. I didn't kill her. I did not pull out the black lightsaber. I promise. Hopefully she comes back. Jedi, just click the link again. I did just kick her. Hopefully she can still hear me. Same link, Jedi. Same link. It was supposed to be funny. She's back. Yeah.
I'm still laughing.
So
that was good.
yeah. So what were you saying about Android over or you were saying
I didn't
you were
say
saying
anything about
something
Android.
weird about you were saying something weird about Apple over Android?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just,
Colin loves Windows 95. Windows 95. No, I love what I love is the original Windows back in like 89, 90, 91,
Oh yeah.
that era. And I could just open the DOS screen and just run. I just said run Doom and it just pulled up Doom. That's what I
Yeah.
loved. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
How easy it was.
Windows 3.1, baby. I used to have those like toasters. Do you remember the flying toasters screensaver? It's
Yeah, I
amazing.
do. You know what I also remember?
What do you remember?
Booting you from stream.
I remember that vividly. It was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
That was very well played, sir.
Yeah. All right. Let's play this bonus clip, and then we're
Let's
all gonna
carry
say
on,
goodnight.
shall we? All right.
What's going on? I mean, it's Friday. Everyone should be having a great day. Anyways, I've got. Oh no! I got my voice recording on this. I've already recorded this.
I'm like, wait, it's not Friday, it's Sunday.
Do I have it on voice recorded? I don't. Man.
Man.
All right. All right. We're gonna laugh at me. We're all gonna laugh at me. I don't like
All right.
listening to my voice. I really don't. But let's go. Let's go. I've already promised you a bonus clip. I really thought this was gonna be yeah. Anyways, let's go. Let's just go. Let's play. It's a rare
Let's do
clip
it.
from me. It is a custody battle. Mother versus. Yeah, dude, stop talking. You're talking way too much already. Stop talking. Father.
And I can't tell
Turns
what's the
interesting
video
real
versus
quick.
what's you.
Not a long one. Hope you guys enjoy it. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe to your sharp kick backflips. Let's go. Stop talking, man. You talk way too much already. We've already been listening for like 2 minutes and you just can't stop talking.
Have joint legal custody with plaintiff having physical custody pursuant to parenting time order from August 5th, 2022. The parties have, or Mr. McLean has alternate weekends from Friday to Sunday at times mutually agreed between the parties. So there's no set times for the exchanges, just as they agree. We were last before the court for a show cause regarding communication back in October 2022, in which Mr. McLean was found in contempt and sanctioned the $250 fine. The show cause that was brought forward on the complaint from Mr. McLean is that for the weekend of April 26th to April 29th, he's been denied his parenting time. My understanding is there's issues with the child's sports, and if he is getting his parenting.
You know what's funny? I can add another logo to the screen. Hold on. I need to add.
Yeah, let's. Yep, do it.
We're gonna
Perfect.
We're gonna total
Perfect.
Colinception this. Heather's
Yeah.
right. Colinception.
Do it.
Oh, it's in the top right.
Time on this weekend. It's
Can you
not
move
on
it?
Friday. It's either
Probably.
super
Hold
late
on.
Friday or it's the next day on Saturday due to the sports. But the show cause kind of also ties into, I believe, Ms. Anchor's parenting time motion today as well.
Okay, so as I understand it, the parenting time it's not concrete, or is it always alternate?
It's alternate weekends. It was a phased schedule. And the last phase is that Mr. McLean would have alternate weekend from Friday to Sunday at times mutually agreed by the parties. There was no set times.
No set time, but at least it's supposed to occur.
Correct.
I see. Okay.
And part of it as well, from responses that we've received from Ms. Anchor, is that there's never, I shouldn't say never, there's hardly communication regarding a time or discussion regarding a time for Friday to Sunday. That is Mr. McLean saying, this is when I'm getting, this is the time I'm getting. She says I never agreed to that. An argument ensues, and then if he is getting parenting time, it's later than Friday or sometime on Saturday.
And the show cause regarding contempt is the communication issue?
No, that was the last time we were here. I actually believe this was a notice of denied parenting time for the weekend of April 26th to 28th.
Okay.
All right. I don't know who this guy is. I'm gonna assume he's a friend of the court, so he's kind of a mediary between the father and mother of the child. But he sounds like he's more on the mom's side than the dad's side. We don't know what's going on yet. I'm just saying that he said that dad was held in contempt of court, gave a fine for something he did. But yeah, so I think this is a friend of the court. That's the only way I can explain who this guy is, because he's not defending either side. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck that asshole was that was just talking, but someone was talking over me, and I was not appreciative of it. This is a recorded video. I didn't. Here's the problem with watching court all day. I have multiple videos that I do have pre-recorded that I can just release, and I don't remember pre-recording this, so I'm listening to myself talk. So I'm gonna call myself an asshole. So yeah. So enjoy this while you can, because whoever that guy that was just talking is an asshole, and we're gonna watch this clip together. But stop pausing.
It's
guy.
like the inception
Just
of
let the clip
pauses.
play. Yeah. We would all be on the same page if you would just stop pausing and talking over the video, but you keep pausing, guy.
Yes, I know the docket says show cause, but I was looking at the file, Your Honor, that we had filed. It was a notice of hearing for denied parenting time, scheduled for today for that weekend.
So that's what we're here for.
No, Ms. Anger also has a parenting time motion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Ms. Anger, what's going on here?
So I did not deny him time that weekend. He refused to set a time with me. I have other kids. We've never had a set time because of his work or whether he's had a vehicle. It's not just on my end, it goes on both ends. Especially when he used to get his other son, like we've always worked on time together, but once in a while he gets in the stiff that if I don't do what he says, then I'm going against the court. And I'm like, no, 5 o'clock did not work for me that day. He refused to get a hold of me. He said on that Wednesday, he's like, nope, you are at 5 o'clock. If you're not there at 5, you'll get it. You'll be in contempt. You'll do this. I'm like, 5 o'clock don't work for me. I have my other kids. They have practices. That does not work. He refused to work with me on that time. And then he didn't get a hold of me the rest of the weekend. It is not my job to get a hold of him continuously and go, well, when are we meeting? When are we doing this? When are we doing that? When are we doing that? I've even been told by this court at times that it is not my job to make sure he's a dad.
So what's his business with the birthday?
He already had his phone call. He gets one phone call and we do it through Zoom a week. He already had that on Wednesday, which the Wednesday at whatever time is convenient for him. He already had it on that Wednesday, and the phone call during the week is whatever time works for us, whatever day, whatever time, because we both work, we both have schedules. It's on Wednesdays because that's what works. So he did have that. He asked if he could talk to him on that Saturday on his birthday. I said yes, but I was at my.
All right. This is why I don't cover child custody cases or anything about children. He gets one phone call a week. He's not in jail. He's the child's father. All right. Again, this is why I don't do this. I get very emotional in these cases.
Oldest JV softball game, and we had a birthday party. So as soon as we got home, we had extra kids, we had other adults there. My husband was there and ended up talking to Chris himself because I was not dealing with that. As soon as he got on the phone, you could tell he was under the influence. There was we can set another date and I can have witnesses. There was other adults there that were like, was he drinking? because he was slurring his words. He was irritated right away because I wouldn't do the Zoom call as soon as he wanted me to. I told him I would get a hold of him. I wasn't lying, you know, we were busy. We had multiple children there and multiple people. We were doing a birthday party. Z did want to talk to him, but as soon as I realized he was under the influence on the phone with the slurring and that right away, no, I'm not subjecting an 8-year-old to talking to somebody while they're under the influence. I don't care who they are. So, and it was constant physical, it turned into physical threats towards me and my husband. And this is, I mean, we've been, like he said, we've been in here before, you know, in 2022. This has been going on for 8 years. It doesn't stop. So I guess I'm going to have to call the cops every single time it happens. But I had police officer at my house twice during a birthday party. He really had to do that during an 8-year-old's birthday party.
So what are you proposing regarding parenting time?
The drink.
All right, so it sounds like he's earned the one phone call a week. Wasn't trying to shout out either side. I just, you know, if you had a court order to only be able to call your child one time a week, I wouldn't be happy with it. I would fight that to the earth. But yeah, at the same time, if mom is saying to all of her friends around, like, oh, he's probably going to be drunk. He's probably going to be drunk. And then he calls and like, oh, he's slurring his words. Like everyone's looking for it. He may not be. Again, I'm not defending dad. I'm not defending dad at all. Like I said, this is why I don't like these types of cases. But this one ends. It ends in fireworks. Let's say that.
Has got to stop.
Yeah.
And
Pre-recorded
future
voice
Colin
comments.
Is now here.
Yeah. Like, I pre-recorded this and now I'm watching it and I'm like, this is weird. Recorded this. Cringe. I cringe hearing myself.
All good.
I cringe
It's
hearing
not
myself.
cringe. This is what I hear every night, man. It's not cringe. Don't worry.
All right. I'm used to it. I'm not. I'm listening to myself pre-recorded talking back to me. This was supposed to be released last week at some time. I don't remember when I was supposed to release this. I don't. But yeah. I don't like child custody cases, and that's why I stay away from them. But I apparently felt like this one was a good one, which is why I
apparently there's fireworks that are coming. We'll give it it's about to go down.
Yeah, it is about to go down. It is.
It's about to go
There
down.
needs to be something that he is. I have a child with him. I was with this man. I do know him. The drinking, he doesn't see it as an issue.
Right, but didn't you state that you want to just have one day?
He can, if he can't, I don't take his time. He has offered, okay, if he has that game, he moved closer in the parenting app. He stated himself, he moved closer to be at school functions, to be at sports. He's been to 2 football games last year.
But you didn't answer my question. Because it's Friday, and these aren't overnights, are they? They are over.
They turned to overnight.
Friday to Sunday. Okay, so your motion said that you just wanted to have one day.
Yeah, he needs to just have one day. If he can't, how can I make sure my son is safe if he can't even call him on his birthday without drinking at 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
And that's what the show cause is for. Because the show cause that I have here is against Mr. McLean and dated by you, Mr. Holwick, on May 9th. And then the email you received from Ms. Hanger. And then the conversations are attached afterward. That's what I saw.
Yes, that's what I sent in first.
It was notice for the issue of parenting time. It was not, consent was not requested based on the notice that we have.
I got,
That's not what my file shows.
I got 3 different ones at home.
going to be in my file. Then attached is the email. Attached is this. You have this too. Are you aware of this?
Yeah, oh yeah, that looks familiar, yes.
Okay. So we have the show cause for the notice of hearing, alleged non-parenting time for weekend of May 26th to May 29th, and issues regarding the minor sports. Who is to have the child between May 26th and 29th?
May 26th and 29th, that's during the week.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. It says alleged non-parenting time for the weekend of May 26, 2024 to May 29.
Yeah, that should have been April. That was a typo on my end.
Oh,
Yes, I caught that this morning.
oh, now I see.
But the show cause though, Your Honor, I don't have the responses, so that's not.
Okay. Okay, so now I've got it. And father was supposed to have a child on April 26th to the 29th.
Yes, I haven't seen him since the beginning of March.
Okay. What's going on?
Well, I asked her, I don't have a problem with sports, but choose one or the other, hockey or football, because each sport is about 3 months long. Well, if he's in both, you're taking 3 weekends out of me. All right? So from Friday until Sunday, I'm supposed to get him every other weekend. Well, I compromised with her and told her, I said, one sport or the other. I'll come out and see him. So I did with the hockey. Well, he got done with the hockey, well, then she put him in football. Well, since January, I've been arguing with her about that. They're taking my weekends again. Well, she doesn't care. Then she told me through AFCOS that she didn't have to listen to that because the child lives with her. The courts told her that. This is why this has all been going.
You understand that the parties can't agree regarding extracurriculars in general. That is joint legal custody. The court could just say, hey, someone needs to have sole legal custody so we don't have the issue. Both sides. How old is the child again?
8.
8.
And we have 4 other ones that are still at home. All the kids are in sports. It's not an issue with my ex-husband and his kids. It's not an issue with our girls. Like Z asked, why can't my dad be there? All the other kids' parents are there.
Oh.
It's all the other ones do it. Why would we deny our youngest to do sports just because somebody doesn't want to take him to it every other weekend? It's not even regular. He doesn't take him to practice. All he has to do is take him to one game every other weekend. It's not about him. It's about Z. Why can't he do that and support him?
So why didn't the child go to dad April 26th or April 29th?
Because he set a time that didn't work for me and refused to work with me on a time. He went all by himself at 5 o'clock that day and didn't reach out to me the rest of the weekend.
That's another thing. 5 o'clock.
Just a second. I heard 5 o'clock. We don't have a time, do we, in the order?
No, it's always been.
Why can't we get a time?
Because both of us work. There's a time he didn't even have a vehicle.
No, I just want to know.
We don't have a
Can we get a
time.
time now?
Please, please. It's been 5 o'clock for years. 5 o'clock on Friday to pick up, 5 o'clock on Sunday to drop off.
If that works.
But it's been that way for years.
I
That
understand.
works for me.
Is that the time you're proposing?
It doesn't always work for you though either. So if
No,
you can't.
Time out.
All right, I'm gonna give my comment here, which isn't,
All right.
not over the video.
And this is present Colin speaking, correct?
Yeah, this is President Collins.
Okay.
Give dad a time. Give him a time.
Right.
And this is what I don't like about modern day child relations. I don't know what else to call it. I don't have custody of my kids, right? They live in Texas. But I appreciate the time that I have with them.
Right. Yep.
Now, if this dad is saying, "Hey, it changes every week what time I should pick," his son or daughter up, and
Sure. Something
I agree with
predictable,
that. Like
something that
like
is consistent, that's good to have something consistent.
yeah, so he has a game, and I have to change my schedule. Let me know, and I will make it
Right.
happen. And, like this dad's not right. He's not right. I just want to make that clear. But mom is not making it easy for him, and
Right.
I understand that.
I
That's
think both
kind
are
of what.
being combative and not helping the situation. Because at the center of this, there's a kid, right? That, to the
Yeah.
mom's point, why would one child not be allowed to play sports when the other children are? I think both are kind of playing games here, but in the dad's defense, have a regular schedule,
Yeah, but the dad has
something.
one kid with this woman though,
Yeah,
so
right.
it's just one kid. So she has multiple kids, and he has to manipulate his schedule to make sure her schedule's okay. And there's a point to where that's okay, and then when it's asking too much.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna say that we're about to get to the point where this is fireworks, and this guy turns to an asshole. I'm just gonna say that I'm not defending this guy, but I'm defending dads everywhere and saying,
Yeah.
you know, let dad know, is
Right.
all I'm saying.
Well, let's be fair to each other, like,
That's all it is. That's all it is.
can't we all just get
Now,
along?
can we all just get along? Now, this dad does some asshole things, and you're about to hear him right now. This is when the fireworks go off, but I wanted to make sure I said my piece. I don't know what I say in this video because it's pre-recorded, and you might hear my voice again. But yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I said that right now.
Well, let's see if past Colin agrees with future Colin.
Yeah,
Hmm.
let's see. Let's go.
One at a time.
Yeah,
I'm asking for a time. Is 5 o'clock the time that works for you?
I can do 5 all the way up till 7 o'clock. Doesn't matter. So 5 o'clock, I can set it in stone. 6 o'clock, I can set it in stone. 7 o'clock, I can set it in stone. Don't matter to me. But it's been 5 o'clock for years.
Why couldn't we set a time that the
I tried.
26th?
You guys
No,
have,
no, I'm trying to set a time now. 5, 6, or 7?
7 will work with us in case we have sports.
7 work for you?
yes, sir.
7 o'clock it is. 7 PM is pickup and drop off time. And regarding that, because there is no time that is placed in the order, I can't hold someone in contempt for violation if you cannot mutually agree on a time. Now we have a time, so there's no excuse for it. Okay, that issue's done. Here's the issue I have. I read these messages you sent.
Break point.
I don't care if it's breaking point.
That's what I did on a normal.
Yeah, and this is when it gets bad. This is why I was saying earlier, I'm not defending dad. I kind of side with mom on this, most of these things, but yeah, when you hear these text messages, it's bad. It's bad. You can't do that, dad. Sorry, you can't.
Then, miss, please, I'm speaking here to Mr. McLean. Jennifer, I have the right to tell you to F off. I'm dad.
Yeah, because I've literally been casted out for months, for 6 months. My opinions don't matter. Nothing matters. It's like, I can't keep doing this. I'm halfway tempted to just walk away. I don't want to be that guy. I'm a good father. I wouldn't be sitting in front of you if I wasn't.
Well, you wouldn't be here fighting for your rights to have your child too. I get that. So I find no reason or justification for what you put in those messages. And I'm also going to order relative to parenting time that fathers not to consume alcohol 8 hours prior to or during the parenting time. No illegal controlled substances, only prescribed substances as ordered by the doctor. Very simple. But regarding reading, I'm not going to read any further than these messages because they're just awful. I'm holding you in contempt for violation of court order relative to the communication. Is there anything you'd like to say at this time before I impose this position?
It's just, well, so much you can take before you break.
I get it.
I'm just trying to fight
But
for my right, for what's on the court order.
If you want to break, go outside and yell and scream. Don't do it this way. Because on the flip side, there's always a chance that the child can see this too. Has he been held in contempt for this type of matter?
Yes, Your Honor. We were last here in October 28th, 2022.
It was a 250, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Well, the alternative is jail. You don't want to do that, sir, do you?
No, sir, I lose my job.
Right. If it happens again, it's jail, $250 due to the front of the court by June 7th. Go ahead.
So is there a way we can tell if he's drinking or not? Because in all honesty, you cannot tell when he's drinking.
All right, Mom, calm down with the drinking. I know it's a big issue of yours. If you can't tell, how are the people around you able to tell? Just going to say that. Also, the second time you've been held in contempt of court in family court and you've been issued a fine twice? Come on, Dad. Come on. This answers my question I asked, I don't know, a week or so ago about when you're held in contempt and you're an attorney, generally you get a fine. If you're not an attorney, you get jail time. You know, it does work both ways. But yeah, Dad, get your act together. Almost cussed. Try not to cuss. All right, I'm gonna let this play out. I will see you guys at 8 for my live. Hope to see you there. Let's go raid Big In. Let's go.
You
Okay, so that was past Colin. We are not rating Big
That was
In.
past Colin. Yeah, we're not rating Big In. We're not rating Big In. And yeah, I didn't realize I said that at the end of this. Yeah.
It's all good.
I feel like I nailed it though.
Yeah, nailed it.
Like Dad, stop drinking. Mom, you have no idea if he's drinking or not.
Right.
Stop just saying, "Hey, I don't like you. You're drunk," because you're saying something
Right.
I don't like. And Dad has the right to his kid. So yeah,
Right.
Both these parents.
And Dad needs to not be texting Mom vicious things. I mean, and especially if he's done in contempt for that before. Did we not learn our lesson the first time? You know, like maybe knock it off.
Just stop. And
yeah,
he just got held in contempt. You owe me $250. Like that's not a punishment. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's not because he
it didn't get the
just go to
message
court
across
like,
the first time.
Right. As an attorney, that's a punishment because you've been admonished by the court, and and all the other attorneys see that. As a dad, that's in a civil litigation hearing. This dad's like, all right, you know what? I can't pay this. I'll pay this over the next 5 months. I'll give you, $40 a month for the next 5 months. That's not a punishment. All right, let's let this play out. And I'm
all right.
I think it's time for all of us to go to bed, but I'm gonna let this play out. There's not much left here. I think there's only like 2 minutes left.
You don't know when he is, and I am not going to keep putting my kid at that risk. If he can do that for a birthday party and he can do that at other times because he feels like it, I don't trust him for many reasons, and those reasons are because of his own actions.
The court order is the court order. You have to
That's what the
follow
court order was last time too.
And if he's found to be in violation of it, he's been warned next time he goes to jail. That's how we do it. I can't have a policeman at the door. I can't have the deputy come in and just submit a PBT at a moment's notice. If I could, I would. That's how we have to do it.
Okay, so if I go to pick them up or drop them off and I suspect it, I have that right to call?
You have the right to do anything you wish
Okay.
within proper legal authority. You're both free to go.
All right. I didn't know if I was actually going to talk again during that video. It's so weird. I recorded that, I don't know, last week at some point. All right. Jedi, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me. Always fun to hang out.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. You guys are all awesome.
Well, I
Thank you
think,
so much for.
yeah.
All right. Okay,
Thanks for coming
Jedi.
by.
Okay,
Have
Jedi.
a great night.
Okay, Jedi. Okay.
Okay,
You know,
Colin.
okay, Jedi. You know what? I will give you your exit speech. You know what? You will. For everyone who doesn't know, Jedi is kind of my right hand person. She takes care of just about everything that I do on this channel. Next to Heather. Heather is.
I was gonna say, wait. Let's give Heather credit here.
Yeah. But everyone knows who Heather is. Not everyone knows who you are. So Jedi, thank you so much for being here. You came up. You were worried about me, so you came up and you're like, you know what? I gotta take care of my dude, and I appreciate it.
Anytime, man. That's what friends are for.
It is.
I feel like
It
there's
is.
a song. No, we're not gonna sing.
I don't know what song you're talking about, so I couldn't sing it if you wanted to.
Good. Let's keep it that way. All right. Well, why don't we wrap this up?
Oh,
Keep
wrapping it up
smiling,
now?
keep shining. Yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Keep smiling, keep shining. This is what friends are for.
There you go.
All right. Jedi, thank you so much for jumping up here. I hope you have a
You
great
bet.
night. Everybody who decided to watch this gong show of a live tonight, I appreciate all of you. We had
We
fun.
love everybody.
We do love everybody. We really do. And
we do.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it a good night. Let's just end it. We don't need to go any further. Jedi, do you have anything else you want to say?
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. Later.
Later.